on, everybody? Movie Phantom here. Of course, I'm joined by my lovely girlfriend, Maya. Say hi, sweetie.
Hi.
And yes, if you look at the title down below, you will know that this is a special edition of the Movie Phantom's Horror Review, and we'll be reviewing Blowing Raspberries. Boom. The newest movie from the married couple of Alex and Marissa Murphy. Which you guys should know.
Ricky Shore Sings the Blues.
Yep, you should know them from Ricky Shore Sings the Blues. And yes, so I am proud to bring this to you. Now let me just go ahead and start off by saying this first. Huge fan of the show. And it's funny because they've been around for fucking ever. They've been around rocking it out for 6 years now. And, or longer. And anyways, I just recently got, I didn't know anything, about them until just recently. And just fell in love with, their style, just the sense of humor, all that stuff. I loved it. And lucky enough, got to watch Pain Shack, which was really awesome. And in fact, I did a review for that not long ago. Check it out. And so now we get to see Blowing Raspberries, and boom, here's the review. So basically, Blowing Raspberries, if you're not familiar with Ricky Shore Sings the Blues, Alex and Marissa, they basically play exaggerated versions of themselves.
And they're doing skits, kind of.
Yes, and so basically, each episode, while they're not, I wouldn't say they're chronologically connected, but they kind of are. I mean, it's they don't really share continuity or anything, but they do kind of tell a story, But once again, they're playing exaggerated versions. Alex can be crazy at times. He can be just downright ridiculous. And Marissa plays the perfect, straight character to his craziness. She literally is the best kind of, I don't want to say foil, but it's just great because, no matter how extreme he'll get, she's always right there, she doesn't, she never, she's going to stand by her man, but at the same time, she'll, foil whatever, I guess I will use the word foil, whatever scheme or plan or whatever he's doing. And Pain Shack was very much the same thing, whereas basically it was just them, an episode of Ricky Shore Sings Blues, but kind of stretched out. And this is really no different. Now, I'm not saying that story-wise ain't no different, but just the concept, it's still Alex and Marissa, and but they're making another movie.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to make another movie, and so basically what happens is Alex is obsessed with the show McGillicuddy, which is basically a parody of Dexter, and so he's watching this show. And he's just kind of becoming, I wouldn't really say, he's just kind of losing his grip on reality in general. The show's part of it, but then there's other underlying issues that he has. And I don't want to say too much because I don't really want to give a whole lot away. But he's definitely dealing with some, deep-seated issues as well. But he's also, he's watching this McGillicuddy and he's really getting, he's grasping onto this thing.
He wants to be him.
He really does. He actually, and that's actually that's my favorite sequence of the entire movie. There's a fantasy sequence where he's kind of he's envisioning himself in the show McGillicuddy, and he's pounding around with the guy and everything. It's fucking hilarious. But where I will say, and this is just my personal opinion, where this really differs from Pain Shack is I felt like when I watched Pain Shack, it was definitely more because their show, Ricky Shore Sings the Blues, is definitely more comedy. It's just more. I mean, don't get me wrong, it gets dark, but it's mostly comedy. Pain Shack was definitely comedy, but it definitely had a more darker, edge to it. And it definitely, all their materials always got a lot of satire in it. And I think Pain Shack was definitely the more that, had a lot of satire to it. This one definitely has the satire as well, but this one kind of veers from comedy. There's still some funny sequences in there. When, and there's I believe it's an old episode of, Ricky Shore, where they do a Dexter type parody, and they incorporate it into this, and so there is comedy, but this one definitely takes more a dramatic turn, and it definitely gets pretty dark, it's pretty twisted at times. My thing I really love about this movie was the direction. He definitely, because like I said, a lot of his he definitely has his own style. I can't even compare him to anybody else. But in this movie, in particular, I saw a lot of shades of David Lynch. There's just a sequence. There's an entire montage where because he's leaving the house at night and he's just kind of driving around. He's talking to himself. Once again, you can see he's slipping into madness. And there's just these beautiful. Like their use of colors was great, and there's just this this light, like this blue light kind of hitting him, and then you just see him driving down, the cameras in the car with him, and to me it was a very Lynchian, feel, and I loved it. Like I just thought it was really great. Yes, I mean once again, I won't lie to you, this probably won't be for everybody. I think you really have to kind of dig the Ricky Shore style. I mean it really is. It's very surreal, but funny, dark. And even
twisting too.
I mean, yeah, it's really. I mean, like I said, you can't really even put these guys in a box because they definitely have their own shtick, their own style. Yeah. And but yeah, so I mean, so I feel like though, if you aren't really down with the Ricky Shore Sings the Blues, you may not like or get Blowing Raspberries or Pain Shack for that matter, because they definitely, like I said, there's a lot of. Cause I read a lot of the people's comments, especially on his regular videos for Ricky Shore. But I even read some people about Pain Shack, and it just seemed like they just didn't quite get it. Like it was a lot of satire. I mean that's basically the thing. I mean, and so I feel like that's one thing that people it could miss. But I feel like if you are a huge fan of them or of theirs, definitely check it out. It is great. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to give anything away because once again, it's a really good great movie. Check it out. Marissa's performance toward the end, I loved. Yeah. Now I'm not gonna say but once again, when you see these guys, and I don't want to take them take this the wrong way. They are Alex and Marissa, the characters we've seen. Now, once again, Alex definitely goes over the deep end, probably further than he's gone before. But he's still Alex, But Marissa really turns it in at the end there. I don't know. I dug what they did with that.
And Ricky got freaking.
Ricky's great in this.
Yeah.
Ricky reminds me of. I've been watching a lot of.
He just got tired of Alex pushing him around.
Yeah, he definitely breaks bad. Yeah. Ricky breaks bad there. Don't want to give anything away, but yeah. But no, they got definitely a lot gorier than Pain Shack. There's just a sequence. I won't give anything away, but definitely they amped that up as well, and. It'll definitely take it into some dark territory, but once again, I feel like fans of theirs they're already there for the journey. They're already coming along for the ride. It's going to be the new people, the ones we haven't seen. So once again, if you're not familiar, I'm going to say this, if you're not really familiar with Alex and Marissa's channel, I'm going to say check out the channel first. Ricky Shore Sings Blue. I'll leave a link down below. Check out the show. Check out a few episodes. And then, in fact, I'll even say check out Pain Shack, and then, Blowing Raspberries, which I believe they just now start shipping the pre-orders out right now, so, but I'll leave a link to their, they got their website down below as well. I'll leave a link to that as well, so, excuse me. Check that out, and, yeah, you got anything to add? No? Thumbs up, and once again, definitely always support underground cinema. I wouldn't really classify this as horror. I mean, it definitely has, horror genre, type, threads going throughout, but it's definitely, like I said, you can't really even, and I hate to keep doing this, my man, but I'm going to say it kind of is like David Lynch, where you can't really put Lynch in a certain genre. It's a mixture of everything, and that's what this is. I mean, there's definitely some very comedic moments, but there's also...
It had more turn than the Pain Shack movie.
What's that?
Had like more creepiness.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They definitely went darker on this one, and I definitely dug that. So, so like I said, if you're a fan of just the surreal and just kind of off the wall type stuff, check it out. If you're a fan of Ricky Shore Sings the Blues, definitely check it out. If you're a fan of Pain Shack, you guys need to check out the entire catalog. That's all I'm saying right there. But check it out. And anything else to add? All right. Well, for Maya, I'm the movie Phantom, and